Life hack, just get into alignment. You don't need to stress, worry, desire, overthink. You don't gotta do too much. Gotta do too much. If you don't gotta make a plan, but if you do make a plan, it's because that's aligned action. Like that. Like, and you'll know once you get in alignment and you've stayed in alignment throughout these 5 steps that I'm going to talk about. They're not really steps, but things that help you to get into alignment that we're going to talk about later in this video. You doing those 5 things, throughout you doing those 5 things, you're going to feel when you're out of alignment and when you're versus when you're in alignment. So you're going to know when you're doing something off of like your mind versus when you're doing something off of like alignment. Like this is aligned action. Like this is, you get what I'm saying? So yeah, you don't gotta think, worry, do too much. Like you don't really gotta, like you don't really just get in alignment. You know what I'm saying? And then like what it is that you need to do that's necessary for the path that you're aligning to, that you're headed, you will do based on your intuition, your higher self. Um, it mostly be your intuition though. When you get in alignment. Yeah, so like it's pretty much like all of the unnecessary extra shit gets cut out when you get in alignment. Okay, so how do you get into alignment? It's easy, really. Align your actions with your truth. That's how you get into alignment. What I mean by your truth is, I mean your authentic feelings and your authentic thoughts and your authentic perspective and way of viewing things and how you authentically feel about it. Okay, keyword authentic. So you want to align your actions with how you authentically feel and think. That is how you get into alignment. Okay, now how do you align with your truth or find your truth, right? Especially if you don't really like know yourself yet, right? Obviously, if you don't know your truth, you're not going to know yourself. So how do you align with your truth? How do you find your truth? How do you discover your truth? The rest of this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 strategies that will help you discover that. Because once you discover that, then all you have to do is align that with your actions, right? Don't just talk the talk, walk the walk, don't hide, right? And then just live your life like that, and you will literally like find yourself in alignment. You will find yourself in flow state. So the first like strategy of finding your truth and connecting to it and aligning with it is talk to yourself. Have like long conversations with yourself, deep conversations with yourself, vent to yourself, be vulnerable with yourself, open up to yourself, say what you've been too scared to say to yourself, you know? Spend time with yourself and just conversate. Just conversate. And it doesn't, because I feel like people only ever talk to themselves whenever they're going through something. That's not right. That's like, oh, the only time you ever talk to me is when you need something. Like, don't do yourself like that. Talk to yourself just because like you bored, the moon is in Gemini, you feel like talking, you got no one else to talk to. Let me talk to myself real quick. So yesterday when I was at the beach and I was thinking like, see, because when you do that, also you also kind of get into self-reflection mode, which is another strategy on how um you can align with your truth and discover your truth, is by self-reflecting. And oftentimes talking to yourself leads to that. Self-reflection, I recommend this strategy for discovering your truth and getting into alignment, because when you self-reflect, it helps you understand yourself better. You're looking outside in, and so you're actually like, you're looking at your character and you're like, do I want to, so like, do I like this character that I am right now? And if you don't, you could tweak it. You know what I'm saying? This helps you to better align with your higher self, which is your inner child, which is your truth. It's all like, it's perfect. So it's all internal. So you want to, um, when self-reflecting, like, you want to look at your character, um, and you want to take an honest look, an authentic look at what you see, and you want to, tweak here and there. And it's self-reflection is so important. Like, I can make a whole video about it. Like, self-reflection is how you learn lessons. It's how you don't miss the point. It's how you see where you went wrong, so next time the situation comes around, you know how to handle it better. Like, self-reflection is, but in terms of getting into alignment, self-reflection is necessary for maintaining alignment. Okay? Because when you are in alignment, your character is who you actually are. That's what it is to be in alignment. You see, when you have a thought and a feeling, and they're authentic thoughts and feelings, that's coming from you, put it together, you get a character, an authentic character, you get you. And then you act it out and express it so people can see, like, oh, that's who you are. You get what I'm saying? So, self-reflection is important for maintaining alignment, because literally when you self-reflect, you're looking at your character. Okay, am I in alignment? Am I being myself? Am I being who I am? Was that like me to do that? Was I acting out of character? You see, self-reflection is important for maintaining. It's crucial for maintaining alignment. This next strategy for getting into alignment or discovering your truth would be to love yourself. Love yourself. Because when you don't love yourself, you're going to hide certain parts of yourself. And when you're hiding certain parts of yourself, you can't possibly get the full scope of you, of who it is you are, if certain things are missing. You get what I'm saying? So you need to embrace your shadow, anything that you're ashamed of, everything about you, everything that you hate about yourself. You need to learn to love it and appreciate it, because for the simple fact that it's you. No other reason but that, you know? And honestly, just by talking to yourself for long hours over time, you will develop that self-love, like, just naturally. Like, it's that bond between you will literally have inside jokes with yourself. I laugh to myself all the time, and people be like, what's funny? And I'm like, nothing. Like, oh yeah, like, no, seriously, I have so much inside jokes between just me and me, like, um and you will just form a bond with yourself naturally. Like, all of these 5 strategies, you'll see tie together and are really one. And if you just live your life by these strategies, like I said, you're going to be in alignment. Like, you're going to fall into alignment. You're going to be in a beautiful harmonic flow state. So, love yourself fully. So, and also in loving yourself, this is important for discovering your truth, because when you love yourself, you listen to yourself. You respect yourself. You don't let anyone, you don't let things get past you that needs attention from you. If you get what I'm saying. It's like when you love someone, you cater to them. You make sure that they're straight. You get down to the bottom of it with them. You know what I'm saying? So when you want to discover your truth or get in alignment, you have to love yourself enough to keep it real with yourself, get to the bottom of it, expose all of it, be vulnerable with yourself, and live that motherfucking truth, bro. Live your motherfucking truth. Honor that shit. But how can you if you don't love yourself? How can you if you're hiding certain parts of yourself away, deep away, deep down, and trying to forget about certain aspects, certain truths of your character, because you don't love yourself and you're too scared to look? So you can learn to love yourself, so you can embrace it, you know? So loving yourself is important for getting into alignment. It's the only way. if you don't love yourself, you're gonna hide parts of yourself, thinking, okay, I need to hide the fact that I'm like this in order for me to get this, because if I don't get that, I'm not gonna get fulfilled. So you think that hiding parts of yourself and rejecting certain aspects of who you are is gonna get you fulfillment, but it's not. Alignment is going to get you straight to that fulfillment easily in a harmonic flow state, beautifully. But in order for you to get into fulfillment, you need to embrace every aspect of you. It's the only way to get the full picture, so you can actually align with it. If you don't have the full picture, you're going to be aligning with a false perception of who you are, a false light, a false ego. You're not aligning with your truth. You're not discovering your truth. Whatever the fuck you just discovered has nothing to do with the authentic you, with the God within you. Has nothing to do with God, period. That's God is the motherfucking truth. So it's important. Do that shadow work, okay? Another way to get into alignment, another strategy. I've been saying another instead of saying like strategy number 1, strategy number 2, strategy number 3. But you know what? I'm just going to put the numbers up here on the screen, because to be honest, there's no like order. Like if it's the first strategy, that's why I've just been saying another strategy. But there's 5 in total, and I'm going to put the numbers up on the screen in the corner because I've just been saying another strategy. But anyways, I think we're on number 4 though, strategy number 4. Strategy number 4 would be present. Drop down into your body, ground, because it's important to be present so you can see clearly. Okay? So you want to drop down into your body so you can see clearly. And this just goes right back into what I was saying about loving yourself and talking to yourself and self-reflecting, how it all ties together, because when you do these things, you need to keep it real with yourself. And to keep it real, you need to come down to earth. You need to look at the reality of shit, you know? Because then again, you will see clearly. You will see the truth. The truth is in the present moment. And you'll be able to align with it. And last but not least, the 5th strategy to discovering your truth or getting into alignment is honor your feelings. Honor your feelings. Don't sweep them under a rug. Don't put up a front, a mask, and act like, oh, that didn't hurt my feelings, or that didn't make me happy, or that didn't. Your feelings reveal a lot about you. It really does. Your reaction to things reveal a lot about you. Your response to things reveals a lot about you. And so don't pretend with yourself. If you're gonna pretend with the world, cool, but at the very fucking least, keep it real with yourself. At the very least. It's the least you can do. At least you'll have that freedom to be naked, which feels good. Because that means you're not in anything. You're not upholding anything. You're not pretending anymore. At least give yourself that. At least give yourself that, you know. When you're alone, when you're not around people, at least do it with yourself. And I mean, honestly, if you do it with yourself, eventually you're going to end up doing it around other people too. But there's a lot of people that suppress their emotions, or they don't honor their emotions. They don't pay attention to how certain things make them feel, or how they react to certain things. They sweep it under a rug, even with themselves. Even with themselves. Even with themselves. They sweep their emotions under a rug. And that's what I used to do. I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that anymore. Obviously, I'm in alignment, so, which is why I'm able to help you guys with this. So, best thing I ever did was to at least keep it real with myself. Everything I'm telling you, this is like literally the dialogue I had with myself. It was like, Nasella, if you're going to be a pretender, because I used to be a pretender, if you're going to be a pretender, fine. You're going to succumb to fear of rejection, fine. But at least with me, at least with yourself, be vulnerable. At least cry with yourself. At least open up with yourself. If you're too scared to open up with other people, fine. But at least open up with you. And I didn't realize that, once you do it with yourself, it becomes a lot easier to do it with other people. That's why I said, like, okay, once you do it with yourself, you're gonna eventually end up doing it with other people anyways. Because you you're a person, and like, you exposing yourself to yourself and being okay with it, because you're okay with it, you're able to share it with other people, no matter if, and not worry about rejection. You know what I mean? Because we always project out to people, oh, I don't want other people to reject me, but we really just don't want to reject ourselves. You get what I'm saying? We really just don't want to not love ourselves, and we give so much power to other people. We feel like, if they don't accept this, and if they reject this, then I'm not going to be able to love myself, because we give so much power to other people. You know what I mean? So honor your feelings. Honor your feelings. And if you, like me back then, was like scared of being vulnerable, scared of rejection, was a pretender because they didn't want anyone to like reject like who they are and stuff like that, like, if that's you, start with yourself, and then it will just happen. Like, it'll become easier to do it with other people as well. Okay? And that will help you discover your truth, right? That will help you discover who you are, right? When you stop shoving your emotions aside and actually considering how something made you feel, and actually looking at it and actually diving into it, and actually realizing and recognizing, like, that made me feel that way, you know? And not, and that's okay, you know? Shit like that hurts my feelings. That's just who I am. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't have known that if I'm over here acting like it don't and sweeping it under the rug. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you can even go deeper and do shadow work. But why does shit like that hurt my feelings? You know what I'm saying? Like, and this just ties right back into, like, I think the first strategy that I said, talking to yourself, as well as the second one I said, self-reflection. Like, they all tie in together. So, like, just do these 5 strategies persistently throughout your life, and you will just fall into alignment. You will just find yourself in a beautiful harmonic flow state. This also ties into my other life hack that I made about, like, as long as you're participating in life the correct way, you won't need to go through the hell of wanting something so bad but not having it, or desiring something so bad and not having it. You won't have to go through that hell, as long as you just interact with life in the correct way. And that's when I realized, like, because I was watching that video, and that's when it clicked for me, like, shit, like, in the right way would be in alignment. You know what I'm saying? When you're in alignment, you're going to take a, like, action that's like in aligned action. You see what I'm saying? You're going to take aligned action. So that means you're going to do things in alignment. So because it's an alignment, obviously it's a correct way of interaction. You see what I'm saying? And then you're going to end up getting things that's desirable, and things that's going to be, that you're going to be like grateful to have, and you never went through the hell of wanting it and not having it, but yet you still have this intense feeling of gratitude. You know what I'm saying? And you never had to. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I kind of put like those two hot life hack, like this life hack right here and that one, like, put it together and like live your life that way. Hell yeah. 5D Earth? 5D Earth? I don't know. It sounds like 5D Earth to me a little bit, just a little bit. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.